Alright, hello everyone. This is Oreo. She is very upset that I pulled her out of the cage. These are Alphonse and Guinley. They're guinea pigs. Remy. Get back. Go lay down. Alright, so they are going to chill here. And I'm going to put this over the top so that Remy does not mess with the rabbit. But these three guys are going to chill over here, and I'm going to do today's video cleaning their cage. So, if you watched when I did Failure Grace's rabbit cage up top, you may have noticed that I opted to do litter, 100% litter, instead of doing part bedding, part litter. So we're going to see how that went, because last week when we cleaned the guinea pig cage, we switched them out to 100% litter. So we can it's kind of like looking into the future to see. So I am going to start working on theirs. Now, lots of the things that I do with the guinea pig cage are pretty much identical. So for example, generally we would put puppy pads under all of the litter in theirs, just to kind of help make it easier to clean at the end. Now, of course, just because I say this, my husband did not do that last time because of the fact that it was just litter and it was going to be easy to clean out. So, and he was right, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So, while I empty all of this out, I will mention that we have tested the 100% litter now with the guinea pigs and Oreo. And honestly, the smell, the odor that comes along with the cage held off a lot longer. So it took longer than normal before we started noticing any kind of odor. And like I've briefly mentioned before, I think a good portion of that is the fact that this keeps it dry. And I still firmly believe that the wetness is what causes the majority of the smell. So I think that's a big contributor for us. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to flatten out some of this and see if I can pull the tray out. Ooh, nope. It's got too much litter in it still. Spread it out. Flatten it a little bit. So if you remember when I did the rabbit cage, I had bedding in there when I cleaned it out. So this whole pull out the tray thing wasn't really going to be possible. There was just too much piled up. It wasn't going to happen, simply. So with the guinea pig cage, where this one now has the 100% litter, it's a lot flatter. It's a lot lower, rather. It doesn't require as tall of a pile. And therefore, it actually fits. So, another difference between these two cages, while I'm talking about it, we tricked out these hutches a little bit, so don't know how well you can see it from back there, but behind the black metal grating of the cage is like a chicken wire. We added that in to prevent, well, a couple things. One, to prevent chewing on the wooden frame, but two, to prevent, like, throwing. You know, throwing food, throwing bedding, and all that stuff all over the living room. So, by doing that, all their trash and stuff couldn't make it through the cage. It was a lovely addition, we thought. So, chicken wire, when you cut it off in the middle of the thing, in the middle of the roll, it is kind of sharp because you no longer have the clean square edges. You have the little bitty pokey parts. Okay, I'm gonna put this treat to the side. So, that being said, we put some hot glue around with the hopes that the hot glue would prevent, honestly, me as well, but me or the guinea pigs or whichever animals from getting poked. And it was doing a pretty great job until a couple days ago, because a couple days ago the guinea pigs realized that they could pick it off and it gave them something to do. So they decided, woohoo, we're gonna chew all of it. So yeah, they did in fact do that. They chewed all of the hot glue off. So now, as I'm trying to scoop stuff out and whatever, I am in fact getting very scraped. Getting very scraped by the metal. So that's not pleasant. But, you know, it worked for a while, so not a big deal. We'll redo it. It'll be good. It will be fine. So you can see how this tray pulls out. Now, I have a little more litter than I would prefer, so I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to, like, push it over the side. That's what we're going to do. We're going to cheat, and it'll be great. But I've yet to clean this when we've had the litter, so I've not actually had to / gotten to pull this tray out before. I know that's like a stupid thing to be excited about, but here we are. So, alright. Let's see. Whew! This is such a good design. The tray, I mean, honestly, if you're going to do litter and it's only going to stick out a little bit, that is awesome. Okay, so now the tray is completely out, the bottom of the cage, yeah, it's completely gone. And so now, when you go to scoop, wow, I really do love this design. So now when you go to scoop, you're not trying to reach all in the cage and all that fun stuff. So, the litter that we use, or well, used for this one, was, what brand is this? So Fresh. So Fresh, Fresh being PHRESH. That's the brand of litter we used for the guinea pigs when we did this 100% litter trial. So this 100% litter trial is So Fresh. Now that we've done that, we see that it works pretty well. Ooh, I'm gonna have to vacuum everything after this. It's gonna, I mean, that's not that abnormal, but you know. Anyway, so since that worked with the guinea pigs and everything, and they smell a lot more, I decided to try that last week with the rabbit. So now the rabbit is doing her trial of 100% litter, and I am going to move to a different trial run for these guinea pigs. So for the guinea pigs, once I have this cleaned up, I am going to do some wood chips. We're going to try wood chips as bedding instead of like the regular paper bedding that I would use. The thing there, which I did mention in the last video too, is that you have to be careful with wood, because these little guys, rabbits, guinea pigs, the like, have very sensitive respiratory systems and noses, and you can't have any wood with strong smells. So we had to go with aspen. Aspen is pretty common because something like cedar or pine is going to smell too strongly for them, and it's just not going to be good. So we are going to do aspen. You can probably see little pieces of toys and stuff. So these are little wooden toys that they play with. In case you're wondering what some of those are that I'm scooping out. once they get that destroyed, I just switch it out for new toys. We're not gonna, you know, mess with that anymore when they're that messed up. So, as a in case you're wondering why there aren't many toys, that is why. Because they use them all the way down to non-existence, and then when I clean the cages and set up the new clean stuff, I add back in new toys. So that's when they get their new ones. So, we're going to do that today. I'm not going to lie to you. I think this litter worked really well for odor control. But I will say, I don't think I like it as the entire bottom of their cage. Just kind of personal opinion. At least without the puppy pads underneath. Because typically when I do puppy pads, I can just pick up the corners of the puppy pads and it has all the litter or bedding or whatever is applicable at the time. It has all of that in it, and it scoops up a lot easier. I'm actually having to physically scrape, or scoop, I mean, all of this stuff out of here. But you will notice, well, this, it's scraped pretty clean, so all I will have to do is just wipe it down at the end. Even though we don't have the puppy pads protecting the bottom, the litter still soaks up all of that moisture. So it's actually still not that bad at the bottom. I just personally prefer the puppy pads, so I'm probably going to do that. Remedy. Remy, no ma'am. So, alright. Alright, so I have cleaned all of this, so my next step is going to be vacuuming. I don't really want to do the vacuuming on camera because it's super loud, but I got to show you how this hutch has the removable tray bottoms, which makes it easy to clean, like I said. Now I'm going to get off camera. I'm going to vacuum up this area, vacuum up the litter I've spilled, and just the ground along the edge of the hutch, so where anything has been thrown or anything is spilled or whatever. I'm going to vacuum all of that up, and then I'm going to wipe down this with my cage cleaner. I don't want you to have to listen to vacuum, and, you know, it's pretty boring to watch anyway. So, there was my first boring video of cage cleaning for guinea pigs. You've seen a couple of options, so that had the litter. The all living things litter, which you can kind of see in the background. That is what I used for the rabbit cage. I might, probably not, but I might opt to use some of that when I put the guinea pig cage back together. But otherwise, we're going to be switching to this Aspen. This is the So Fresh brand again. I will be switching to the So Fresh Natural Aspen wood chips for the bottom. So, meet me back here soon. I guess these are getting posted about a week apart. So, here's the cleaning. We've talked a little bit about care. Now, I will finish it off, and we will talk about care as we put this back together. So, thank you guys. See you next week. Karen Marie, 2 N's, 2 E's. Bye.